Okay. So then in 1992, you get to fight Evander Holyfield. That 10th round in that fight, explain to me what happened.
Well, Evander wanted to prove that he was the best, and I had the opportunity to prove that I was the best, and nobody wanted to give up. So that's why the fight became one of the greatest, or rounds, one of the greatest rounds in heavyweight history.
Yeah. Al Bernstein, the commentator, said exactly that. That was one of the greatest rounds in heavyweight history, period.
Without question.
Right, because you were just brutalizing him in the start of the 10th round, and everyone thought it was over, but he actually
made a comeback.
He had a comeback, and he got some punches in on you.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, his whole face was swollen up. He had big black eyes and everything else like that. But
I tightened him up. I was tightening him up.
No, I mean, it just showed like just two incredible warriors.
Yeah, he came to fight, no question about it.
You end up winning in a unanimous decision. You actually dropped him in the 11th round, and ultimately you won the unanimous decision.
Yeah. I had him doing the funky chicken. You seen that? That was the funky chicken.
Was that the greatest opponent that you had fought by that point?
Without question. Evander was always the smartest guy before, and he always came prepared. He was always in great shape.
Yeah. After all this time, here you are, you start boxing as a teenager. You go through all these fights in the Golden Gloves. You fight, you know, in the Olympics. You fight in the Goodwill Games. You fought professionally, 13 fights in 1 year. And now you are the heavyweight champion of the world. How did that feel?
Oh, man. Listen, the night they said, new heavyweight champion of the world, man, I could have died. I mean, because I felt like I had to achieve what I was put here for. But, as you know, life goes on. But that was the greatest time of my life, you know. And my mother was there, man. We had such a great time.
Yeah, I bet. I bet, man. To get that title, especially with all the work you put in, it must have just been surreal.
Oh, man. And why I can tell you one thing, it wasn't easy, and it took a long time.
Okay, so after that fight, there was sort of this kind of situation where you fought Holyfield and Lennox Lewis fought Razor Ruddock, and it was kind of like a mini tournament. And when it came down to you fighting Lennox Lewis, I guess Rock Newman wanted $32 million for the whole fight, and you would get 90%, and Lennox Lewis would get 10%. Do you remember that?
Well, I don't remember that, but I'm thinking when you're the champion, you're supposed to get the bigger purse. You have more to lose than the challenger. So it sounds right about to me. That's how it should have been split it up.
Well, then started a bunch of controversy. I guess Lennox Lewis rejected the offer. They called it absurd. Then there was another offer for like $2 million. And something happened where you end up taking your WBC championship belt and threw it in the trash.
Yeah, that's because I was the champion. How can you side with the challenger? I'm the champion, and you're going to side with him. So Rock Newman said, well, boy, I think it's best we throw this belt in the garbage. And so that's what I did.